Liver King built a brand on social media on a lie, and today we're going to break down why fraudulent claims will always get exposed eventually. This is the Liver King who had claimed to have a natural physique whenever asked. Of course, the speculation about his potential steroid use was the topic of every conversation, and he denied ever taking them.
Is Liver King natty? That's what he said. I think he was like TikTok age. They say natty.
Yeah, well, first thing I'm now you're giving me a sidetrack, but I'll say this.
The problem is his physique indicated he was so obviously on steroids that no one really believed him being natural in the first place. I think humans naturally want to believe whatever they hear, which is why many people thought there was a chance Liver King was a non-steroid user. Natural in the fitness community means someone who has not taken steroids in their life. Fake natty is someone who has taken steroids but claims to have not ever taken any. With Liver King claiming to have never taken steroids, it's pretty obvious he was a fake natty. The problem with lying about steroid use in the fitness community is that your brand takes a massive hit whenever the truth gets exposed. Last week, Derek released an expose video about Liver King's steroid use. Derek played clips from many interviews where Liver King claimed to be natural and also claimed to have never taken steroids.
In the fitness industry and social media as a whole, charlatans run amok, and they're making more money and gaining more fame than ever before.
I've been making videos on fraud and fake gurus for 3 years and surprisingly never even tapped into the fitness industry, which is full of fake natties and influencers selling products on false pretenses. If I asked someone not aware of Liver King how to achieve this physique, the universal response would be to work out multiple times a day and take massive amounts of steroids. Surprise! It finally came out that Liver King was on steroids despite his constant denial. An email exchange between Liver King and a coach was shared with Derek More Plates, More Dates. Derek exposed Liver King's emails asking for assistance with his steroid stack, which was estimated to be between $10,000 and $15,000 a month. I don't think anyone is really that surprised he was caught taking steroids, but the cost being double the average salary in America every month was pretty shocking to me, at least. Liver King quickly made an apology response video, which has become standard for YouTube culture, where he said the following.
Primals, I'm making this video to apologize. Because I f***ed up. Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Because I lied.
The easiest way to understand a human's behavior is to evaluate what their incentives are. Why did he lie? Liver King burst onto the social media scene in the summer of 2021. By the time he was exposed as being a fake natty, he had amassed 1.7 million followers on Instagram and 3.6 million followers on TikTok. Liver King has shared numerous times that he's running a $100 million a year company, so it's obvious there's a financial reward tied to his social media presence. As we enter into the short form as the dominant form of media timeline, very few were as viral as Liver King. He constantly was able to receive hundreds of thousands to multiple millions of views per video. His Instagram reels would get pushed in the Explorer algorithm because of how attention-getting his content is. Who is this guy? Why is he not wearing a shirt in public? Is he eating raw meat?
We all have the ability to express our highest and most dominant form, to become kings, to become self-made kings.
Liver King decided to claim natty status from the start, which only made it harder to come clean as his celebrity grew. What happens on social media is you receive a positive feedback loop. Liver King denied steroid use, which led to millions of views, millions of followers, and millions of dollars in supplement product sales. As you receive positive feedback from a lie, it becomes more challenging to tell the truth. Positive feedback loops work like this. Action leads to positive response, which leads to continued behavior, which leads to a more positive response in a continued cycle until your feedback loop gets destroyed by a scandal.
Before social media, I was rich and anonymous. And after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous.
Why Liver King should have been honest from the start.
I'm curious how all your businesses were doing before Liver King, and then once Liver King as far as like the social media presence, and then with Liver King growing, how that has affected all of your businesses.
You know what's wild? Hardly at all.
He claims his businesses were successful before the social media success, so the financial gain and validation-serving accolades should have reaped little reward compared with the risk. The risk he was facing was that the house of reputation cards he had built up would come crumbling down if someone were to expose his steroid use.
Because liver is king. Here we go.
He claims liver is king, but I believe transparency is king. Unpopular opinion, Liver King would have been just as successful on social media and with sales of his business had he been open about his steroid use from the start. Another unpopular opinion, no one actually cares about his steroid use, they only care that they feel deceived and lied to. Anyone familiar with steroids knew he was on gear for years and probably on a significant amount, at least enough to make a 43-year-old look like a Mr. Olympia finalist. Had he been honest from the start, there wouldn't be an exposed scandal about his PED use abuse and a hit to his reputation. One of the most educational moments in cinema history is the final rap battle in the movie 8 Mile, where B-Rabbit, Eminem's character, lists out his flaws for the audience to laugh at, only for everyone to realize that his opponent had nothing to weaponize to use against him. Liver King's reputation failed because of his deception, not because of his steroid use. With his reputation damaged, will his brand be hit as well? According to Social Blade, Liver King's YouTube channel has not had a single day where the subscriber count was in the negative. Even following his apology video, Liver King has gained subscribers. His Instagram account sits at nearly 1.8 million followers, so even a 1% loss in followers, which would be 18,000, would feel significant. Surprisingly, he's only had a couple of days where he lost followers, with the worst day being only 1,700, which is a fraction of 1% of his total follower count. The steroid expose has certainly hurt his reputation, and I'm sure many of his followers will be upset with him, but the follower counts show that his numbers haven't changed. The impossible data to track are the silent unsubscribers, which is people who didn't unsubscribe but will choose to watch far fewer pieces of content from Liver King. Views and attention matter most, which is the only real way to track the impact of this scandal on his social media brand.
I do have 3 companies that make $100 million a year. They're all high margin companies.
Did his lie positively impact his business? Yes, because a part of his audience probably bought under the pretense that they could be as jacked as him naturally from the supplements he sells. But maybe not that much, because I think he would have still sold an exorbitant amount of product even if the first video he released was about his PED cycle. Is Liver King a fraud? I think he is, because his entire message was a lie. He built a reputation and brand as someone who is able to attain his physique without the use of steroids. It takes someone all of about 5 seconds to realize every single one of his videos involves him being shirtless. His physique is what first grabs your attention. If he didn't have his physique, which was aided by an absurd $15,000 a month dosage of steroids, would he have the audience he currently has? My guess is no. The damage is caused by fake natties.
Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
What really upsets me about the fake natties in the fitness space is they're perpetuating the issue that they claim to want to solve. The message is, I'm trying to help those who follow me to get into the gym and working out so they can escape depression or anxiety or whatever they're battling with. A portion of their audience experiences depression from the belief that they'll never be as good looking as the people without their shirts on flooding their Explore feed. You can call this the Kardashian effect, where the influencer utilizes plastic surgery or steroids or some other means to transcend the possibilities of their appearance in order to look good, to inspire others to be confident in their own bodies. The irony is that the influencer is so uncomfortable in their own skin that they're willing to go to great heights to make themselves more attractive than they would be from natural means, while preaching the message that you just need my product in order to be happy and look like me. And that's my biggest issue with someone like Liver King. If your goal is to inspire people, hiding behind a lie is counterproductive. What I'm most fascinated to see is how this scandal will affect his brand, business, and social media engagement, because I have a theory. He inspired his audience to improve their health and live better lives, which is why I think his audience will stay with him despite this scandal. While I have zero interest in following his diet, I do very much respect that he uses his megaphone to preach to stop eating the typical American diet. He no doubt has influenced tens of thousands of people to avoid processed foods, begin a fitness plan, and focus on ways of improving health, which is why I think he's still a net positive to social media. I'm all in favor of fitness influencers being forced to show blood work to determine who's actually natural and who's just another fake natty. Until then, exposed scandals like this will always be a thing. Thanks for watching.